Yo people, Garrett doing here for another video, and this video is in flashing lights, but not the flashing lights we're used to. Now, this is the same game, same developers. If you bought it before, you still have it, but they are completely changing the way it plays. It's gonna be 1,000 times better. And this is just the start we'll be checking out today. Unfortunately, there's no callouts or anything we can do quite yet in this update, but we can check out what is coming soon and go over a bit with what's been announced, like behind the scenes. And also, I have a little bit of extra insight just because I post videos of the game. They like to share some details, and they are kind enough to let me share those with you as well. So, let's get started here. Pretty much the big thing that happened is the game switching to a tile-based loading system. And what that means for the gameplay is that everything's going to look better, it's going to play better, and you aren't going to be having as many issues with lag and performance drops, which is honestly the main thing that was preventing this game from becoming one of those top sellers. It just wasn't able to perform that well. It just wasn't optimized, right? You guys know that. I talked about it many times before. I even before got a little bit of backlash because you guys are saying I was being too hard with it. But the developers agreed that the old system just did not work. It was causing too many issues. So they made the big move, and I am really happy to see this. It's going to mean that they have to start from scratch, right? So anything that we have on the old map, anything you're used to visually, has to be imported or redesigned into this new version. And they are also addressing lots of the issues people had with the old layout of the map. Like, for example, for whatever reason, we didn't really have any like tunnels, and that meant that we had these giant mountains that you had to like go up that were super windy and swervy and just super weird. Those are gone. Like, they were like, yo, we want this to look like it's real life, and they have done just that. So we'll be driving around checking things out. There is quite a few little details to address already. For example, if you look at our vehicle, the reflections and everything just looks so much better than what we previously had. Now, it's the same vehicle, right? So they're importing it over, bringing it over, but they're making it better. You have all these crazy reflections from the sun, even like the little metal outlines on the vehicle, like the trims, they're reflecting well, and just everything, right? You see the buildings, the traffic lights, it's real reflections that are warped when you turn your head, like it would be in real life. So really glad to see that. But that's just a little detail, right? It's a pretty big detail, honestly, but it's just a little portion of what this update's going to be bringing to us. So the map we currently have is pretty basic, right? It looks like this. Now, this is the best image I can show you guys of it. I don't really have a way to get you guys any more details on it, but you see there's a lot more space to grow. It's just this little island pretty much, and it kind of feels like a Skyblock experience when you go to the borders right now, which is kind of cool because if you guys didn't know, this channel kind of started playing Skyblock in Minecraft, so I loved seeing that, kind of getting those memories back. But yeah, obviously this is a completely different game, so let's talk about what we're actually seeing in front of us. So lots of these buildings are pretty generic right now, right? They're just walls with not much detail. But there are some buildings, which hopefully we will see a few of them soon. I'm not quite sure on the whole layout of this yet. I did drive around for a little bit, but it's such a new design that it's like real life, right? If you move to a completely new area, you're not going to know everything, where everything is right away. But yeah, you can see that some of these buildings do have more detailed interiors, or their potential for detailed interiors. By that I mean you can see glass windows that are see-through with something on the other side that's not just a static image. So hopefully we'll approach one of those soon. Some of the things you can tell are that the streets and the lights and the little details, right? Like all these cracks, it's all just way better looking, right? Before, you could tell it was like, okay, this is a pretty low budget game maybe. The developing team is probably not that big, and it just, I don't know, I didn't really have any issues with it before, but seeing it in comparison to this makes me really hate the way it used to look, right? Like, this is so much better. I love also these bright colors they're using, like the red and the orange and the green. You can tell they're really making this look more like a city versus just a random game developed world. So glad to see that. But I'm going to drive around and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about with that whole glass interior. Alright guys, this is a perfect example of what I was trying to show you. This building here is very unique. It has an interior with actual depth. It's not just an image that was thrown up here to make it look like a building. It's an actual one that maybe one day we can open this door and go inside of. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to scale up the building. I don't even know if the door will ever open, right? But it is a very good sign that this is on the map, because you can obviously tell it would be a lot easier to make this something we can go inside versus making this door a place to go inside, because there's literally nothing behind here, or most likely there's a simple just wall and empty space. So yeah, hopefully more buildings start looking like this. I'm really hoping in the next few updates we'll be seeing more of that. Obviously though, it is a hard thing for them to add, because that is quite a bit of detail, and not everyone's even going to notice that, especially when you have this many buildings. Like, it definitely is going to take a bit of work to do. Yeah, so that is a great sign. Let's get on in our vehicle though, not in the back. What am I doing? Here we go. And I want to show you guys some of the new details that are on this map that we didn't have before. So an example is that sign right there. You see it says Rush Coffee, and now it says something about the lottery, right? It's an actual moving sign. It's like a glowing sign with a screen on it that has multiple things that can display, which makes me have a bit of a feeling, and this is just a guess, but we might be able to, or there might be modders able to actually edit what's on those in the future, because that's something that we usually see in games, right? And anything that has a display that moves usually has a file associated with it that is easy to edit. Can't confirm any of that, just speculation. And we have our gas station still. Now they look pretty similar, but you guys can tell, again, they're enhanced, right? All the textures look a lot cleaner. You aren't getting that real like low quality kind of pixely look. It's now a gas station, and you can read that sign. It says regular, premium, diesel. It says the prices nice and clear. If we go inside here, you can also see more differences, right? The colors are more vibrant. Everything just looks better. And even the glass, right? I can see a lot more detail through it than we were able to in the past, which obviously glass has that property of being transparent. So glad to see that. Now they still have not added a door. Alright, okay, actually I was gonna say they haven't added a door on the back, but I guess there is a door, but it just doesn't close. Now I don't know what's gonna be happening with any of that. So far I'm yet to find a door in this version of the map that can open and close, or really anything that we can interact with. But assuming that will be something in the future, because yeah, right now really the only thing I found is the gas pumps, but obviously we could do that before, so I'm not really surprised that it still has that functionality. Alright, and here is how they are addressing the end of the map right now. So since they haven't expanded it, they need a way to make sure people don't just fly on off without paying attention. So they put these barriers that says road close, and it's pretty obvious. Now you are able to walk past it or drive past it, I'm assuming. Yeah, you could fit a vehicle there, and it just leads for now to nothing. But down the road there will be details over here. I can actually go and fly, and you guys can see that there is really nothing special going on. It just comes to an end as far as the eye can see from on the ground. But what we can see that's new is this tunnel. Now let's go ahead and drive through it. So here we go, guys, approaching the tunnel now with our vehicle. Here we are. Yeah, stuff's still spawning in. Again, they have not worked on optimization or rendering or anything like that. They're just trying to get everything transferred over or rebuilt in a better way. So yeah, glad to see that the tunnels do function though. We aren't like falling through the ground or anything crazy like that. And ooh, there is, it might be the same model as before, but here's another building that you see a door on with textures behind and actual depth. So glad to see there are a few of those on here. At least we'll have one or two. Now, I'm not trying to say anything bad about the game, but I'm just trying to mention this because it's funny. Because the game is, like right now we're playing in this version that is really just for the developers and for us to kind of get a teaser with. When you drive up to stuff and just spawns in, sometimes it can really be disorienting, right? So if I just go like super fast, you'll see that they'll randomly, yeah, like right there, right? I thought I could make that turn. I didn't realize there was going to be a pole or anything like that here. So again, once we're actually able to do stuff on this map and once it's more complete, we will not be seeing that issue, or at least I highly doubt we'll see that issue, because like no one would play the game if it was like that. But still funny nevertheless to see for the time being. But that's about it for this video here today. If you guys did enjoy, please drop a like and consider subscribing. I will be taking a closer look at this police department, the fire station, and the hospital in upcoming videos. So yeah, definitely subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when those videos come out right away. And if there's anything that I have not mentioned that you want me to talk about or check out on video in the future, then leave those comments down below and I will try my best to read all of them and hopefully also do what you guys are wanting me to. But yeah, down in the description you guys can find links for our Twitter, Instagram, Patreon page, merchandise, and Discord server. Now the Discord server has over 2,000 members. You can be notified when videos come out. You can advertise your own social media pages or a friend's social media page or anything like that. And there's a bunch of other great chats there. Plus you get to talk with this amazing community. So yeah, go ahead and join that. Garrett Plays official Discord, links down below. And then finally, last thing I want to mention down there is that I do have another YouTube channel where I vlog, and more vlogs will be coming soon. I know it's been a little bit since I last uploaded one, but they are in the works. Don't worry about that. So yeah, GP Nation, links down below. You're awesome. Bye-bye. Want to play games with your friends? Grab a dedicated server from G Portal. Make sure to click the link down below to receive an instant 5% discount.